Welcome back to Python session. We are going to continue today the same data visualization. In data visualization, we have seen so far how do we create a plotting a various kind of graph and charts. So far, we have seen plotting by means of dots, line diagram, line graph, bar graph. It can be horizontal or vertical, and also so far we have seen what are the different settings that we can modify in the particular graph using the matplotlib's module pyplot. As I said, matplotlib is containing sub modules, but here we are going to concentrate only on pyplot, that is giving you all the power to start with data visualization. Now in this continuation of things, so far if you see this diagram, you know what are the different items are there. The title of the chart will be there. There will be a label for x-axis. There can be a label for y-axis. Data bars are projected with the help of bar function and supplying some list of values. Apart from that, ticks also possible. Ticks are the small dots that you are seeing in your screen. Ticks are exactly showing you the point where that lies in the graph. Now in this small program, already you know that arrange function of numpy, arrange function will create a array that containing some values from, uh, say for example, if you give 5, it has plotted from 0 to 5 some values. So automatically if you want, you can create this type of plotting diagram using numpy arrays. Here only one thing additionally what you are seeing is xlim function. Xlimit is given to pi, plot plt we are going to use in our program. That plt object can be, plt module is called with the xlim function that can be supplied with a minimum and maximum value. Within that one, xlimit will be defined. Now in this example, PL dot xlim minus 2 to 5 means starting value should be minus 2 and it should be up to 5. So the limit is going to define the values, but x is not going to have the list of values of negative values because a range function is going to generate the numbers from 0 to 5. A range function, that's why in place of minus 1 you are not seeing any bar because we don't supply any data for that. But like this also you can create a empty places for a specific reason. So only difference here what you are seeing in the program is xlim function. Xlim is x limit. The x-axis limit is specified. What should be the beginning value and what should be the end value. If you don't give that x limit value, what you are going to do is based on the values applied in the list x and y or in the array x and y, you can have the values depending on that one. The bar function will decide what should be the beginning value and what should be the end value for the axis. Moving on, the another interesting chart is called as pie chart. You know, if you have 100%, if you have something the data in 100%, you want to divide it into different pie slices, you are going with pie chart. Circle divided into sectors and each sector represent a proportion of the whole. Whole is usually 100%. Each portion represents some portion is some portion to relative to the whole. Some percentage relating to 100%. That is what pie chart is usually done. You could have studied in your school days. Now in this program, Slices are 50, 20, 15, 30, 10, 5. So the percentage you are specifying. If you slices equal to some list values has been given, all the values when you add up, it will end up with 100. 50 plus 20 is 70, 70 plus 85, 90, 100. So we are dividing the whole circle into 100. We are considering the whole circle as 100%. Each will be some proportion. Each slice or each portion will be representing some what it is called as percentage. And now we have created also two other list: department depth list and colors list. What are we going to do? There is a function in the PLT, that is pyplot module, is supporting a function called as py function. If you see, slices is giving the data how the pie diagram has to be divided. Labels is equal to a list that will give you the list of values. First value represents what? 50 means what? It represents the sales. We are giving in the form of a list. 20 represent to HR. 15 represent to finance department. 10% represents to production department. 5 represents to accounts department. And what should be the different colors? Because here the purpose is user should comprehend the data presented in the form of a information. Pie chart is an information. And apart from this, strat angle 90, explode exp. If you have seen this pie diagram, if you don't give that start angle, explode, shadow, auto percentage, all these things if you don't give, you will get a very plain pie diagram. But if you want to explode like this, some pieces is outside. Finance and HR is not attached with the pie diagram within the circle. That slice is outside. Something it has been exploded. So how to explode? You can say that explode. You can represent in a list. First item is sales department. So the explosion is 0. The second is HR. HR is 0.2 explosion. And the third one is finance. Explosion level is 0.3. And the rest is 0, 0. This value says that the value can be from 0 to 1. Any fraction. How much the bigger number, that much that slice will be outside. How much it is smaller, it is that much little explosion will happen. Shadow is something that it is seems to be like the diagram will be having a 3D effect. Legend will also be displayed if you call the function legend. Now, using these things, if you can observe pie chart, if you want to really represent with so meaningful for the user to understand, not only the data, each data should be sliced in the form of pie chart, pie diagram, and each slice should be given a name label that you are doing with the help of labels argument as usual. Each should be represented with a color. So you are using a list, colors, and explode function is making something, the diagram to explode, that is separated. If you don't give the explode exponential detail, if everything will be taken as 0. Normal pie diagram with a circle will be coming out. If you want to highlight something, explode that part. Explode has to be used. Shadow is something representation. Auto percentage equal to 0.1 F percentage. This is percentage is automatically calculated like this. Now, if you want to represent a program, these are all the explanation whatever I explained you. Just percentage of share in pie. The option auto PCT, all I explained the two paragraphs, indicates how to display the percentage on the slices. Here Percentage 1 shows that the percentage value should be displayed and with one digit after decimal point. The next two percentage symbols indicates that only one symbol is to be displayed. Now, if you see, the percentage number is displayed on the top of each slice. 50.0%, 20.0%. How it should be displayed? You have to mention the format of display. Format of display. First percentage represents the integer part. After that, 1 represents a floating point number. How many digits you want? 2 digits, 3 digits, you have to specify. Two double percentage symbol indicates that the percentage itself should be displayed. If you specify only one percentage symbol will not be displayed. So auto PCT, how the data on the top of each slice is displayed. That is what we are doing. Now, shadow option, if you see, uh, indicates that the pie chart should be displayed with a shadow. This will improve the look of the chart. That's it. Now, let me project you the now spider is projected. I want to go with a simple pie chart. We can experiment how it looks like. Matplotlib dot pie plot as plt, and also we are numpy, if we need we can download as np. And now the slices, or even if you call, if you want pieces, pcs name, you can give any name. And after that, first part should be in my diagram 35, another one should be 40, another one should be 10, another one should be 5. So how much now? It is 90%. Now another should be 10%. Like this I want to represent. What are the labels? I can give the labels for each. For example, I'm displaying a pie chart about my budget. Say for example, monthly budget pie chart. 35% goes to something like say for example travel expenses. So I'm giving the label travel. I'm saying grocery 40%, 10% some miscellaneous expenses, 5% say for example fuel expenses, and again 10% communication expenses. Something I have created labels. So far you are clear about all the data, right? Now we have created the what it is called as data. What should be the label for each data? And now coloring, CLR I can use coloring. Say for example, first should be magenta, second should be red, something easy to type and remember. Third should be green color. Uh, fourth should be blue color. Yellow color. Something also I have created colors. After now, the things are ready. The data is ready to project the pie chart. You know the name of the PLT. The function name is pie. First, you have to supply data that is available in pieces. Whether you want to explode, say for example, you can give explode equal to exp. We are going to give the data later. Labels are available. Labels are available in LBL. And after that, colors are available in CLR. And auto percentage is also we required. So auto PCT equal to, say for example, I want any number dot two fractions After that, percentage symbol has to be displayed. This is the function I am saying. Explode I didn't design. Just I want to create a explode detail data. Explode data is first should not be exploded. 40% should be exploded very big. So it is 0.4. Third should not be. Fourth should not be. Fifth little bit it has to be exploded. Now this data is also supplied. Next what I have to do? PLT show method. So far clear? NumPy we are not using, even I can delete the NumPy details. I want to run the diagram to see pi got an unexpected keyword argument label. What is the labels? Labels are available in LBL. Magenta spelling is I think wrong. Let me give M and we'll see what happens. Now are you getting the pi diagram output? Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, now please observe the auto percentage argument is set to 2f. 2f means how many fraction digit has to be displayed after the decimal point. That is what I have given. Travel spelling is wrong, L is missing, so in the diagram also wrong spelling is displayed, so I have communicated. And grocery expenses. If you see this image, only 40% is very big. I'm exploding, so it is exploded very big. For example, if I want to make it, I don't want to exaggerate that.
Sir, what?
Simply, hmm?
Voice is not clear, sir.
Now is it clear, Nasima?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And now if you see the explosion of 40%, I reduced from 0.4% to 1%. Now you can see the gap has also reduced. That is the purpose of explosion. Explode argument supports how much the piece has to be separated from the original pi diagram. Altogether, I'm deleting the explode part. Just for time being, I'm deleting. What it is happening? Is there any explosion available in the diagram? Nothing is available. Again, I'm introducing the explode. Now it is displaying. For example, here I want to make it as 5. I want to make it as 5. Now you see the output. It is merely increasing the number of digits. In percentage, we don't need 5% at all. Maximum 1 or 2 digit is sufficient. So again, I'm bringing it back to 2 digits. And you can understand the data detail, explode
Sir,
detail, label detail, color detail, auto PCT
hello.
details. Yes, yes. Now,
Sir, what is the use of auto percentage, sir?
yeah. Now I'm changing that. You see the difference, Vinay. Now I'm changing it to 5%. 5F. Are you able to see the percentage that is displayed on the top of each piece? How many digits are there after the point?
Yes, sir.
That is the thing we are achieving with the auto PCT.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now I don't want to make it to a 5. I want to make it 2. I want to make it 2. Now you see the difference. This is what you have to understand about projecting the data in the form of pie diagram. Now I'm copy pasting the program content in your WhatsApp and going back to our slides. I copy pasted the program, whatever I explained you. Now moving on to the next one. Setting ticks of bar graph. Ticks are available. Now if you see, by default the ticks are appearing at data point 0.5. Are you able to see? A range equal to 4, bar x comma y, width equal to 0.5. The bar width is going to be 0.5. Now 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3. Some tick marks are there. Be written like this: 0, 1, 2, 3. Instead of fractions, you are deciding what should be the tick marks. What should be the data for each tick. Instead of 0, 0.5, 1, 1.5, you can modify that using xticks function. Ticks can be supplied with a list of values, either in the form of a variable object, in the form of a list object, or directly typing a list inside the parentheses of the xticks function. This is straightforward for you. You can experiment and understand that the all of you understood what is the xticks is doing. The data that you are displaying on the x-axis is modified according to the ticks function. Got it now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now another type of distribution value is that histogram shows distribution of values. Histogram is similar to bar graph, but it is useful to show values grouped in bins or intervals. For example, we can collect the age of each employee in a office and show it in the form of histogram to know how many employees are there in the range of 0 to 10, 10 to 20 years, and so on. For this, we can create histogram like this. You understood now histogram? Say for example, the age list is displaying the ages of various employees. Years is holding the values of x-axis values. Hist is the function which will accept age, then bins equal to years, how the data in the x-axis is displayed. That is, you are giving in the bins parameter. Color as usual, you know, hist type is bar. You can modify the histogram type also, and R width equal to 0.6. Row width is 0.6. X label, Y label, title, legend, and all these things are very much similar to you. Do you need this? This one has to be typed in program, or you can understand this one. There is no difference between bar diagram and this histogram. The only thing what you have to understand in histogram is frequency of a particular age group is counted. From 0 to 10 years, how many employees? From 20 to 10 to 20 years, how many employees? In the range of 30 to 40 years, how many employees? If you have this type of data, you want to project in the form of a graph or bar diagram, you can go with the histogram. Hist function is used for that purpose. Got it now? And this program is also showing you hist. Year is there, ages is there. Hist is bar. Edge color is added black color. Edge color means the bar edge color is given. Before we didn't give that. Now X label, Y label, title, legend. Now you can achieve. Edge color is used to define the color of edge around bar. You can observe a block line has been drawn around the bars for each projection. That is the only difference. Only edge color is equal to block, edge color equal to green, blue, something you can specify. That is the only difference between this program and the previous program. And also some advanced diagrams are there. You have to understand these diagrams are also. It is required for you in some situation. Frequency polygons are there. Frequency polygons looks like this. This type of technical diagrams are also displayed. This will give you a very good nice detail.
Sir,
Yes, yes.
so what is meant by bin, sir?
This bins is in the beginning I told you, right?
Where, sir?
Histogram is bar. For example, we can collect the in bins we are supplying the years, and what is the range that you are specifying? It refers to range. If you want that histogram, one second, pie plot, hist function bins argument. Now just I'm showing you the details.
Okay, sir.
Bins, you see the explanation? Are you able to see the explanation? Bins parameters tells you the number of bins. Bins means you know in your computer also you are using the word bins for recycling the file. Deleted files will be going, that type of thing. Here in our histogram, bins that your data will be divided into. You can specify it as integer or as a list of bin edges. Now you see in the bins they have given 20. They have given 20. What it means, if you see the bins, the way the frequency has been divided, x is your real data, rand integers, some values are given. But if you observe the y-axis, how it has been divided, 10, 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 120, 140, it has been divided. Now take this one where we are supplying bins, years. Now the data has been divided into whatever the data we supplied. That means 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. This is what the data employee age detail has been divided into. Now here the data is contained in X. X data is a rand function. N number of random numbers will be generated. That is used for generating the X list. That is also a NP array. It is used in the in part of the hist function. Bins is equal to either a integer or a list of values will be supplied, and now it will be divided accordingly. Got it now, Narsimha?
Yes, sir.
Now are you clear about bins?
Yes, sir.
If either it can be a single value or it can be a list. When it
Okay, sir.
is list, that many division will be created based on the integer. If you don't specify the integer, if you specify a list, the division will be according to the given values.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Now, frequency polygons, it is somewhat related to histogram only. There is no separate function called as a polygon to create polygon. That is also called as frequency polygons are also created with the same function, hist function only. Frequency polygon is a way of understanding the shape of distributions. It connects the top corner points of each bins, and then we get the relative frequency polygon. It has the same purpose as the histogram, but is used specifically for comparing sets of data. So if you need how is the frequency has been distributed. Frequency means a particular set of data occurring in a particular range. In statistics, sometimes we call it as how many students have scored marks from 75 to 100, means you can say that 75 to 100 in this range 23 students have scored the same mark in between 75 to 100. So what is that 23? 23 is nothing but frequency of that range. Frequency of that range. That is the purpose we are using the histogram and polygons. And this is also related to descriptive statistics. It has the same purpose as the histogram. And now if you see age is given, year been given. If you see age plotted, age is containing the data for counting the counting the how many data, how many people are there. 22, how many, say for example from 10 to 0 to 10, anybody is available in age range? Anybody available?
Yes, sir.
Where is available?
Two 14, 19, two members don't see. 0 to 20.
No, no, not that one, Vinay. I'm asking about 0 to 10.
0 to not available, sir.
Sir, that's why there is no line between 0 to 10. That is called as frequency. The age data is directly not represented. Each data is not represented here. Please try to understand the histogram and the polygon. Here we are counting the frequency. Frequency means in a particular range of value, how many values are coming. You just count that number of values. That number of values, we call it as frequency. Now, okay, I'm asking from 10 to 20, how many employees are there? From 10 to 20, how many employees are there? The
Two, sir.
age range.
2, sir.
2. So y-axis is representing the first as 2.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Now scan again the age. 20 to 30. How many employees are there? 20 to 30.
3, sir.
3 employees are there. 22,
Yes, sir.
22, 26, and 28. 3 employees. That's why the second curve is indicating in y-axis 3. Now, if for example 30 to 40, how many employees are there? 4 employees are there. 40 to 50, how many employees are there? 3 employees. 50 to 60, how many employees? 2 employees. If you total, that will be the size of age. Now, please understand, whatever the data that you have given in age list, unlike bar or pie diagram, this data is not directly used for the representation of histogram or polygon. Only based on the bins value, the diagram is divided either in a single value or in a range of value. You have said that the first point of the bin should be 0, second should be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. It means that the hist function is cleverly understanding that you want to count from 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 40 to 50, and 50 to 60. In this each range, you want to count how many numbers are coming under this range from the age list. That many numbers will be represented in the y-axis. This is what we are seeing in the form of a proper diagram. Now you can see that younger and older people are in any organization. Actually 10-20 people age people are not working in any company. Just I'm saying younger and older people are less. Middle age people will be more in every organization. That is what the image is giving the information to us. For the given organization, if the organization is having more aged people, the last two cow could have been the top one, and all others other edges will be down. Easily you can interpret the meaning that the organization is having aged people more. For example, the first two edges are top, all the edges are down. It means that only youngsters are more in that organization. Middle age and old age people are not working in that organization. This is the way we are interpreting the meaning from the polygon or histogram. Got it now? Now you see the green color they are mentioning. How do you create the what it is called as polygon using the same hist function? Hist type should be step value. Step means it should be like star form. Star form is giving polygon appearance. That is what we are specifying. Before we said hist type is not a step value. In the previous exam, hist type is what? Hist type is what?
Black, sir.
It is edge color. Bar is the history type,
Bar,
right?
sir.
Yes,
Bar.
yes, yeah, bar. Here it is not bar, it is step. Step is creating a polygon. Now box plot. It is a little bit difficult for everyone to understand. Box plot is also a graphical representation of a 5-number summary of given data set. It is maximum, minimum, first quartile, second quartile, and a third quartile. These are all the 5 details only represented if this is the purpose. In businesses it is used. Box plot is used in business or internal organizations. And if you have studied statistics or say for example Gautami might have been also studied in her MBA, like a box plot, why we are what are the 5 maximum possibilities that you can represent the data. It is maximum, minimum, first quartile, second quartile, the median, and the third quartile. Now take the example and see the diagram to understand the diagram. The general diagram is showing you like this. Max is in the top, minimum is in the bottom. Quartile 1, the box starts. Quartile 3, the box top. The median point, something in between, inside the box, some line. The whole box represents the 1, 2, and 3 quartiles. In between that box, the median point is represented. Now, how do you do that box plot? Simply using the box plot function. Now you have a values called as a val1 set, val2, and val3. Now, again you are creating a data, which is a list of lists, right? Data is a list of lists. Am I right? Data is a list that again containing various 3 lists, different lists. So list of lists should be supplied to box plot as a first argument. And what should be the box labels you have to supply with the help of a list. That's it. You will be getting what is the max value, what is the min value, what is the quartile 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3, what is the midpoint, median, that is the median point, and all these things is represented here. Are you getting the idea? If you need a practical
Yes, sir.
example of using box
Yes, sir.
plot, if you need to understand a box plot, please Google it out. Where is the box plots are used in business? Something you can make more sense for you. Technically, I'm explaining you how to create box plot. There are 3 values or value set is there. In that value set, we are every box plot is representing three important details. One is max, another one is min. Data can be any number of lists. In our example, how many lists are there? Three lists are there. If you want, if you have something like five lists, six lists, seven lists, you can. Six boxes will be created in the box plot. So anyway, the data is going to be a list of list. So anything you can specify. That many labels you can supply. This is as simple as this one. For example, apart from what it is called as apart from this data and labels, another two uh, another two arguments has been used. One is called as patch artist equal to true, notch equal to true. What is this patch artist? Fill the box plot with color. That is patch artist true. The box plot will be filling the box. Patch artist equal to true. What is this notch? Notch box plot otherwise creates rectangle box plot. The box that you have created in the top is different appearance here. If you want to create this type of notched box, you have to set the parameter notch equal to true. Otherwise, you have to say nothing, automatically rectangular box will be by default it will be created. Now before going to understanding further idea about box plot, let's try one box plot here in our spider, so that you can have a practical understanding of
Yes,
box
sir.
plot. Yeah, now I'm stopping here the presentation, projecting the spider window. Now in the projected window, what do you need? Again, you need matplotlib dot pyplot as plt. After that, d1 data set 1 equal to some data. Say for example 10, 20, 30, 40 something I have given. Another data set 2 I have given. That data set is something like 45, 55, 65, 75, and data 3 set is something like 100, 120, 130, 140. And also these are all contained in a list of lists. So d1 comma d2 comma d3. After that, nothing is done. Pyplot, you are calling the box plot. What are the data you have to give? Data you have to supply. Lot of arguments are there. What are you supplying? One, you are supplying data. Another thing, what are you supplying? You need labels, right? Say for example, I am set 1 labels as set 1 comma set 2 comma set 3. Three data available, three sets has been displayed. After that, pyplot show. I'm trying to plot this one. Are you getting the image? 140 is the maximum value that is used in the fine information we can give. Min value of each, max value of each, median value, first quartile, second quartile, and third quartile. Second quartile refers to median value. Okay. Now, little bit if I want to introduce D4, say for example, 180, comma 190 comma 200 comma 210 something I included. After that D4 is also included. I'm running. Dimensions of the X label has to be increased. Yes. Set 4. This should be set 4. You got the idea na? Now what are we doing
Yes,
in
sir.
box plot? What are we doing?
Yes, sir.
Five different data items are projected. Only this is the business need to project in a diagram where the max value and min value, quartile 1, quartile 2, that is median value, and quartile 3 has to be projected for various set of data. Means you have to go with this one. Now if you take the example of other notes I can make true, right? Notes I can make true. It is accepting capital T. Are you getting this one? The difference?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, another, what is the name of the parameter? It is so peculiar names in the parameters the developers are giving, and we have to patch artist. Patch artist equal to true. Patch artist equal to true. Now I'm running.
Capital T, sir.
Yeah, right.
Capital.
Yes, you are right. Are you getting? Now what this patch artist is doing? Patch artist has filled the box. Note has changed the rectangle box to a different shape, and again the points are the same. Again each shape is representing a 5 different data items. Each representing 5 different data items. Now I am copy pasting this
So
program also online in your
sir,
phone. Yes.
so we can change the patch color, sir.
Yeah, it is possible.
Can you change it?
Yeah, wait. Uh, Now see, whenever we are trying like this is the last item that I typed. Last item I typed. What I'm going to do, I will put here, I will not be remembering all the arguments, right? No one can. Now I'll put a comma. Automatically the spider window is giving me the details. What are all the possibilities available? Bootstrap, user median, configuration intervals, mean line, show means, show caps, show box, show flyers, box property, labels. Labels we have used. And is there any manage ticks, cap widths, data, auto range? Do you find any color here? Are you finding any color?
So no, sir. We
No, sir.
didn't see that box, sir.
Yeah, it is not if I put the comma, it has to display me the possible argument for that one. It is not showing any color customization for the box. You see, the box plot is not giving me any option for color. Is there any workaround for this one? What others are doing, we can for example, uh, pie plot, box plot, color by group. Each group has to be modified. Now some the library, matplot library website is showing us. Now it sees this plt numpy as np. Please find out the place where we are box plot. Here you see The code box plot is displayed here. Notes, word, vertical box alignment, patch artist, fill with color, labels, colors equal to here plot in plot for each patch, color in zip plot, boxes, colors, patch set F4 color. You understand the code? Directly it is not supporting. Directly it is not supporting. Now I will demonstrate you how they are doing. Some what it is called as workaround is there. Pink color, light blue, green, and we are having a four box. So first box is pink, second one is light blue, third one is light green, and fourth one is yellow something I will give. Now B plot plot 1. Object is required here. Now in this program they are taking that AX3. AX3 is you find out the relationship of the variables here so that we can modify that one as our requirement. Hmm. Okay. Now what they are doing is the workaround for creating color is B plot box plot equal to they created a variable. After that we don't need the document two colors. Now we will see what happens here. If there is any error, we will try to modify. Error, it seems errors. Where is integer must be integers? B plot. Okay. In our program, B plot refers to what? Zip B plot boxes. In this program, B plot represents what?
So screen not visible, sir.
Uh,
Screen not visible, sir.
Now, not that one. I'm not talking about that. Now, just I'm changing the workaround. Now, my screen is not visible.
Now visible, sir.
Yeah, probably I brought it down. Now I'm getting one error message. I will fix that error. BP boxes colors patch set face color equal to color. Okay, colors equal to colors. Patch is equal to zip function is used. Okay, boxes is not accepting. Boxes is not accepting. I'll let me find out the reason. Say title, add data, NP random, labels x1, x subplots, b plot, box plot, box plot 2. After that, colors, pink, light, green, something they are giving for B plot, B plot. This is the we are getting the problem here. This is not accepting string. It should be. It says it should be a. Okay, I will remove altogether because they are using two diagram. But it na Vinay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, actually,
Yes,
what
sir.
was the problem? They are not using a one dimensional. They are using in the Matplot live website. They are saying that this is the way you can set the color, and the box plot is this is something called as workaround. Workaround means directly it is not supporting. Box plot is not supporting directly something. We have to come up with some workaround. Workaround means probably the way Vinay is asking now. First library is written. Probably, I'm not sure about. And later they included the facility of coloring various boxes with various colors. So what it could have happened? Different functions could have been introduced later. So this is the way you have to do the coloring. If you want, I can copy paste this program to your WhatsApp. Okay. Now again projecting the window where we are presenting the content. Okay. Now little bit some more complication is there about box plot. IQR interquartile range. IQR means interquartile range. Sometime honestly I'm telling you I don't know everything about statistics. Whatever I'm understanding is the basics of statistics. But if you ask me technical problem, I can sort out for you. But if you ask me everything to explain about statistics, yes, I can't. But I'm as much as possible. I will focus on the technical part of Python where we are projecting this type of graph and diagrams. This interquartile range, it always lies between 25 to 75 percentile. That is Q3 to Q1. Understand now what is interquartile range? Interquartile range is a value that lies between somewhere from Q1 to Q3. Minimum equal to Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. Maximum is equal to Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR. Interquartile range. These are all the calculations you should know about. Now, if you take this quartile, something called as interquartile range is there, outliers are there, minimum value is there, maximum value is there. How do you calculate minimum? This is the formula. What is the maximum? How do you calculate? This is the way you are calculating. How do you calculate Q1? It is the 25th percentile. You know the difference also. Percentage and percentile is different from each other. Yes or no? Percentage is not same as percentile according to stat. Am I right?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Narasimha, can you little bit if you remember? Otherwise, I can help you. Could you explain how percentage is differing from percentile? Percentile is not same as percentage. It is two different thing. How? You know, if I say something as percentage, it means that it is a value converted from 1 to 100. A number, whatsoever may be the value, it is somewhat converted a value between 1 to 100. Percentile is also same, but not dividing the way you think. In competitive exam like JEE, NEET, or some other CAT exam, all they are not publishing your actual score. They will be publishing your percentile. If you can go after this class, you can Google it out. Percentile refers to your performance relative to other performance of other candidates. Say for example, have 1 lakh students are writing exam. Out of 100, you scored 78 mark. That is your raw score. What about what will be your percentile? Maybe 90%. It means that 75% is a mark that lies in the 90th percentile, the ranking, when you arrange all the 1 lakh data. Also, it means that 90 percentile, if you have scored by means of scoring 70 marks, only 10% students or candidates are above you, 90% of the candidates are below you. So percentile is not something percentage. It is relative mark. Your mark is compared with all other candidates and your performance is explained by means of a number. Try to understand. In a NEET exam, 100 mark exam, for example, you scored 70. 1 lakh students participated. Your percentile is 90. The NEET board is saying that you have scored 90 percentile, not percentage. What it means, out of the 100 candidates,